Hey everyone, how's it going, and welcome back to ROBOTBOY. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at ROBOTBOY and my journey throughout this year. I wanted to offer this video as a chance for myself and you all to see how far this channel has come since January, all because of you. And I do have to make a heavy announcement at the end of this video that I do hope you stick around to the end to hear, so that everything makes sense going forwards into 2019. More of that on the end. Let's go back and rewind to the start of this year. It was actually December that I made my first No Man's Sky video, the very end. At this point, I'd been a day one No Man's Sky player and was interested to see what the future of the game held after Atlas Rises, and the fact we hadn't heard anything about the game from like October up until that point. I was like, what's going on? What does prawn curry mean? Someone tell me when the next update's going to release. I watched a lot of MZK's videos in particular, speculating as to what the future might hold for No Man's Sky and when we may see a new update. I had some theories too, and I thought, well, why don't I just make my own video? I'd taken my desk setup down for Christmas, so I literally just had my laptop and my microphone set up on the dining room table in this really guerrilla style setup, but it worked. I made my first video and I was amazed. Overnight the views went through the roof and I was like, what the hell is going on here? And that is still my most successful gaming video to date, funnily enough. Anyway, I thought I'd stick with it and make some more videos, and I still though thought maybe the first one was just a fluke and just randomly got hit to the top of some recommended list, and then that was it. That was going to be it for me. But the views continued to be crazy good. Of course, I don't do it for the views, but those views were a great indication as to how well received my videos were amongst the community, and it gave me confidence to start making more videos. I made a Twitter account and I started to be noticed by some of the big daddies of the community. I'm talking about LPlays, MZK, Just Jared, Mac Foraday, Cobra, Alka. You guys all know who you are, and it was all very exciting. Mac asked me if I wanted to be interviewed in January. This was crazy for me, as I was a massive fan of his interview videos that he was running at that point, which are really cool. So to be on one, wow, I couldn't actually believe it, and I was like starstruck when I went on to be interviewed by him. I really do appreciate the help and support that you gave my channel there, sending more people my way to check out my content. So Mac, thank you so much for that. That was honestly a massive help for me starting off, and it gave me a lot of confidence to keep going with my content. Let's skip a little bit ahead now. I made a load of speculation videos along with most of the content creators of No Man's Sky at that time, as that was literally all we could do. There was no word from Hello Games on anything, so that was all we could do, was speculate. But then Waking Titan started up again, and I never covered Waking Titan as in depth as other content creators did, especially at the beginning. But as time did go on, I did begin to do summary videos, which were pretty successful too. I broke down official news for No Man's Sky Next, as well as continuing the speculation videos and covering Waking Titan, and it was so much fun. I even made it to 2 of the live drops in London for Waking Titan, both times meeting up with LPlays, and both times having just an all-round amazing time meeting everyone else who could make it to both the live drops. It was so much fun to meet everyone in real life, and I had an absolutely amazing time. The update finally released in July of 2018, No Man's Sky Next, and well, yeah, I kind of dropped off. My reaction video to the trailer was a huge hit for me, and my patch notes video was too, but as the update actually released, I realized that I'd never actually made a real gameplay video before, and I wasn't too confident in starting it then. With a mix of holidays thrown in around that time too, I didn't actually cover No Man's Sky much in the summer, which was silly considering how much of a hot point it was for No Man's Sky, and I just ended up taking a little bit of time away from YouTube. I did come back strong though. I tested a video on Just Cause 4, which actually was a surprise success. I continued with Just Cause 4 videos every now and again, which all did prove to be successful too. This wasn't to everyone's taste, as a lot of people who were subscribed to me were here purely for No Man's Sky, which is completely understandable, but still the videos for Just Cause were well received. I've continued to make content for Just Cause 4, and I have enjoyed doing so. It did release absolutely horribly, but I mean, you know, I make videos on No Man's Sky, so I'm not a stranger to dodgy releases. I then made a couple of Spider-Man videos too, which properly flopped. I also tried a few other extremely creative ideas with the map editor in Far Cry 5, which allowed me to remake levels from old Call of Duty games and create my own narrative stories that I did voiceover work for. Not as well received as my No Man's Sky content was in terms of views, but the people who did watch it seemed to absolutely love it, and I had a lot of fun making them and put so much effort into bringing something new and fresh to the channel with these new types of videos. I still find it's funny how I can sit and pretty much ad-lib a No Man's Sky video based off of a single tweet or a post that will get thousands of views, but a video that could take weeks to produce would only get 100 if that, maybe less. But in recent weeks, I tried switching it up again with a full-length podcast video on Red Dead Redemption 2, a video on Battlefield 5, and an actual Let's Play for Just Cause 4, my one and only Let's Play on this channel. Well, there was a part 2, but yeah. Rewinding quickly as well, actually, in September, I went to the V&A for the video game exhibition that was on there, in which No Man's Sky was showcased along with other games such as The Last of Us and Bloodborne, and that was really, really cool, and a lot of the No Man's Sky community made it there. And this wasn't like the live drop, which was pretty much, like a day in advance notice that a lot of people couldn't make it to. We had months and months to plan, and people came from all over the country to be here. Not all over the country, Rasmus came all the way from Denmark to the UK just for that, so it was awesome. And guys, we do have to arrange another one of those next year because, we can't just leave this as a one-off thing. It needs to happen again. But anyway, to be honest, the main reason I loved making videos on No Man's Sky earlier on in the year was due to speculation. We had little to no information to work off, so coming up with crazy ideas with the community was fun, and was the main way a lot of us got entertainment from No Man's Sky at the time. But now the game is flourishing, and Hello Games are so transparent that I find it almost disrespectful in a way to theorize what will happen in case it does cause anyone to believe in false information, because honestly, I could say something about what I think is going to be in the game, and then tomorrow they'll turn around and actually say what's going to be in the game because of how fast they're responding. I know that's an extreme way to look at it, but I do hope you can see where I'm coming from with that perspective. Anyway, here's the biggie, guys. With that, I have decided to take a break from YouTube for a while. My own personal work is very overwhelming at the moment, and leading into January, I've just got so much booked in, and I really do need to dedicate my full attention to that. I actually work 2 jobs. I work at that, and I don't know if I've mentioned this before, if you know, but I also work in a school teaching media studies, and being a YouTube content creator as well is like having a third job that doesn't pay all too well, if at all. It's hard enough it being a second job, but having it as a third job is pretty tough to balance, and I don't feel like personally it's worth the stress at the moment. It puts me under so much stress. I'm doing 2 jobs, and then I'm always like, I've got to make another video, and it's a lot. It's a heavy load on me at this point in time. I just unfortunately do not have the time to dedicate to making high quality content, and I would rather take a break from it than release bad quality content for the sake of getting content out, because you all deserve better than that. I would rather take a break and release better content when the time is right than to just pump out nonsense just for the sake of it. I want to keep my quality as good as it can be, and I do feel like taking some time away will also allow me to come back refreshed. My format for making videos on No Man's Sky worked in 2018, earlier on in the year particularly, but now I'm not so sure my style is the right way for me to make videos anymore, just due to the nature of how No Man's Sky works now. I will be back, don't you worry. I have got my eyes set firmly on Beyond Good and Evil 2 actually, and will 100% be back to make content on that game as more solid info is released for it. But that is for next year at a time that I cannot confirm right now. But for now, I will still be active on Twitter, and I'll still be active to produce videos, animations, and visual effects in line with my actual work, my production company services, obviously paid for, if anyone does want any content produced for them in that manner, as that is actually in line with my actual job. However, YouTube specifically will be on hold. I will also be releasing music too when I can, because I know a lot of you really do love the tracks that I produce, and I want to have more time to get that out there as well. I would like to thank all of you who have subscribed to me over the year, and bringing us close to 3,000 subs now and hitting over 500,000 views. It's incredible. I never thought I would get this far. I know that's what everyone says, but I really didn't think this would happen with a small game such as No Man's Sky being the core focus of my channel. So the thing that has kept me going to produce this content is seeing all the fantastic responses and engagement from you all, and I just honestly, I cannot thank you enough. So that is it, everyone. This isn't the end of the story. This is the end of a chapter. The story will continue, and when it does, it will be better than ever, I promise you that. And with that, I'll see you all in the next video. This is ROBOTBOY going in to standby mode.